Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
We've all been to the party or tailgate with that person. You know, the one who makes everything about politics. Or there's that relative, the one you blocked on Facebook because you'd prefer to opt out of toxic conversations.
I'm Sarah Stewart Holland.
And I'm Beth Silvers.
We host Pantsuit Politics, where we take a different approach to the news.
On Pantsuit Politics, we opt out of the shouting and scorekeeping while still recognizing that elections matter.
We're here to look at the headlines as citizens. We pay attention to politics, but also keep it in perspective.
Pantsuit Politics was named one of Apple's best podcasts of 2021 and GMA3's Podcast of the Month.
Take a different approach to the news with us in 2023. Pantsuit Politics releases new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Listen on the Acast app and wherever you get your podcast.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Friday, November 19th, 2021, and it's the Relevant Podcast. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello.
From Nashville, Tennessee, artist, producer, mogul, Derek Miner.
What up, though?
And sitting in for Jamie Ivey, once again, from East Texas, our associate editor, downtown Emily Brown. Hey, Emily.
Hey, y'all.
I still can't believe that you and the entire staff had no idea why I called you Downtown Emily Brown in reference to Downtown Julie Brown, the MTV VJ from the 90s.
I think that was before my time, so that was my defense.
Of course it was, but
it's a cultural. It's a cultural.
She just called you old on your own podcast, bro.
Emily, just as a thought experiment.
I wouldn't have said it like that, but yeah.
Emily, just as a thought experiment, what is your earliest pop culture memory? Or how about this? Let me throw out some pop culture stuff, and you tell me where it aligns
Barney
with your
the
life.
dinosaur.
Okay, or yeah, I'm assuming that was just before your time. How about this? Carson?
No, Barney was during my time.
Okay.
What? Barney was during my time. It definitely couldn't have been during your time. Has it been going on that long?
Barney was on repeats for 20 years, man. That's
Barney, like,
multiple generations.
That's true.
Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato were on Barney.
What?
So and they're like my age. Yeah.
All right, Emily,
okay.
How about this?
Right.
How about this? Carson Daly hosting TRL. Is that
I have vague memories of that. I also was not monitored as a child, so I did watch a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have in the third grade. So
third grade. Okay. That's
third
what
grade.
I was trying
Okay,
to...
so you were born in 95. So third grade was
2003.
2003, and that would have been toward the end of TRL. Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about the movie, the blockbuster release of the film The Matrix? Where were you at your life when The Matrix hit?
When did that come out? What year was that?
Well, I'm just saying, is it?
I think it's 99.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I think it's 99. So, and I probably shouldn't admit this. I've actually haven't seen it yet. It's on my list.
It's fine. You're fine.
No, it's not fine.
Wait.
No, Matrix is premium American film. Like, I mean, it's up there with Shawshank Redemption.
I got to fast forward here.
Okay.
Because Carson Daly and The Matrix were a little too early. So
a little bit. I'll say the first CD I remember buying was Hilary Duff's Metamorphosis album.
Okay.
So that was like 2002.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I didn't even
Derek,
know she had an album.
Derek,
she had some great albums.
Do you know the first CD that you purchased that you actually
The
owned?
Eminem Show.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first legit purchase with my own money was the Eminem Show.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
What about you, Jesse? Do you remember?
You know, there was a phase before my parents just gave up this quest to turn me into someone who was solely into like kind of the Christian bookstore options, which, you know, I didn't mind some of it, but I had a more diverse musical option. But I think it was like an old MXPX CD at like, you know, Heaven and Earth Christian bookstore in Greenbrier Mall. It was probably something like that. A nice, safe, suburban punk rock album for a kid.
That is great. My first concert was Nicole C. Mullen, who had that song "My Redeemer Lives."
Yeah, that's my girl.
My
Still
mom
slaps.
took me out of school.
Still
yeah,
slaps.
my mom took me out of school because she was playing at the mall, and so I got to skip school for a day and go see her at the mall, and that's my first concert experience. So
there you go.
It was pretty fun.
There you go.
That's the
Derek,
homie.
Derek, where were you at first concert?
First concert that I went to live would have to be it was Kirk Franklin.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, my first concert. Yeah, my first concert was Kirk Franklin. So first CD purchase, Eminem show. First concert, Kirk Franklin. So I will let you know that definitely we bought the Eminem show covertly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I had a buddy one time. I was over his house and he's like, "Hey man, I got some stuff for you." And it was like a Green Day CD and like The Offspring or something. And I was like, "Why are you just giving me these CDs?" He's like, "Dude, my mom found a bunch of my secular music and threw it out. So I need something to do with this. So here you go." I was the recipient of someone like a household like yours, Derek, that I got gifted secular CDs that mom was bound to throw away or burn either way. So
I had to break mine.
You had to break. Oh, so they were like, "You're not taking these anywhere." These
it was a youth group bonfire moment where we broke them and put them on the altar of purity.
Every chain.
Break.
Every chain was broken that night, and we inhaled a lot of burning CD fumes. So
I've told the story multiple times, but I got some really cool DVDs out of those burn pits. Like I would kind of walk the edges as it was lighting, like, "Ooh, got to snag that, slide this one in the pocket." You know, I've been wanting to see this movie. You know, thanks.
Well, we have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, this is the truth. Vanessa Hudgens joins us, talking about 90 or 2000s pop culture. I mean, this is right in your wheelhouse, Emily.
Oh, I love Vanessa Hudgens. I have for like 15 years. I'm thrilled to say that I'm on the same podcast as her. This is like my peak.
Can I ask you a question, Emily? Because for someone of your generation that is slightly younger than the three of us, if you had a pop culture Mount Rushmore, and let's just go ahead and assume, because I know you, Harry Styles is up there. I'm going to assume let's go ahead and toss Zac Efron up there.
Absolutely.
Who are the other two places? And does one belong to Vanessa Hudgens for you? But was I right with Zac Efron joining Harry Styles?
You got to put Tay-Tay up in there. Tay-Tay Swift.
Taylor Swift will be up there. Yeah. This is the hardest question I think I've ever been asked in my life.
Even harder than your interview at Relevant Media Group?
The only person left is Biebs.
No, I'm not a Bieber man. Sorry.
No, Biebs?
I like him.
She doesn't
He's just
love
not
Jesus
on my Mount Rushmore.
The way we do.
Okay.
Is it like Ed Sheeran or something?
I do like Ed Sheeran, but he is also not on my Mount Rushmore. Honestly, and I can't go into this too much. I love Lindsay Lohan so much.
Why can't you go into it? Did something happen with you two?
No, I just can't go into it because I won't stop talking about how much I love her.
Got it. Okay.
I cannot wait for her redemption doc. Like Britney Spears got a redemption doc this year, which thrilled for Britney. But I can't wait for the Lindsay Lohan redemption doc because I will never stop talking about it. So Lindsay Lohan's going to be up there.
My daughter dressed up as one of the Lindsay Lohan's characters from Parent Trap this year for Halloween. And I've now seen that movie about, 100 times. I don't know when the last time you guys saw Parent Trap is. That is one jacked up movie plot. You're telling me because I never even watched it as a kid. It's just not something I was ever interested in. For those of you who haven't seen it, Lindsay Lohan, who is on Emily's Mount Rushmore of pop culture figures, plays a set of twin sisters who meet for the first time not even knowing of each other existed at summer camp because their parents had such a volatile marriage that after they were born, they decided, you take one kid, I take the other, and let's never think of this again.
That's my thing.
How could it be? Maybe that's why one of them escaped England. But then you fast forward later in the movie, and they, the twins arrange a date for them, and you're like, okay, now we're gonna find out what happened. What could have possibly happened to these two people that they would decide to separate two paternal twins and strip accept the knowledge of their existence and never decide to see their other daughter again. And they're like, we just didn't get along. And they were like, you know what? Why did we break up? And she's like, I can't remember. And they was like, what? You ruined all these lives for one argument? This makes no sense.
That's what I want to know. Like when all the like legal stuff was happening, like what was going on that they were like, we could never speak to each other or even let our daughters know that another version of them exists.
Well,
because
the judge, his name was Solomon, and he originally said, let's cut both girls in half. And then they settled on, let's just cut the twins in half. And
Elizabeth
split the
James,
twins.
just go back to England, Elizabeth, and take whatever Lindsay Lohan with you. I
know. Isn't it funny how Derek is completely silent about this Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap discussion?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that to the millennial white people. Y'all got it.
I would say it's one of the whitest movies I've ever seen. It is.
I seen it, and I was like, nah, this ain't for me. This ain't for me.
And I'll be honest,
I wasn't the target market when they made this.
I'll be honest. I felt bad.
I am the target market.
I felt bad for the girlfriend. Like the new wife that was trying to
get her dirty,
right?
Out in that camping trip.
They put her on an air mattress and float her out on a lake. She could have died.
Hey, I did get a tickle out of that one now.
And what was her crime? What was her crime?
Pretty.
She was mean. She was mean to those girls.
Her life got flipped upside down. No, she
was mean before they almost killed her. She was kind of snooty.
I mean, she played the typical snooty
she deserves
person
to die. Yeah,
but you gonna put her on an air mattress on a river?
She was fine.
She was okay, and everybody's okay. And see, that's why I said that's how I know.
I think the lizard one is worse. Putting a lizard on her, I would hate that more than.
This why stranded. I know I was not the target market for this audience, bro. Because I'm just like, bro, there was so many. I'm like, black parents, this wasn't gonna go like this. It was just gonna be like, look, you got a brother. And it is what it is. And you not running off none of this. All that is all bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it's a dope show though. I enjoyed it.
On that note, Vanessa Hudgens, who is not in that movie, is coming up later on the show today. We also have your feedback. The question of the week this week went bananas. Melted Twitter. You got to stay tuned for that. Before we move the show along, I want to thank y'all. And if you don't know, tell y'all about some huge news. On last Friday's show, we announced that Relevance annual print edition is here. And we put it up at relevancestore.com for pre-sale. It's going to be shipping next month. Right now, it's on pre-sale 20% off. And we have been overwhelmed with the response. The team seeing just how many orders are coming in every day and just the response we're getting. It's humbling, and we're excited. And we just want you to know about it. And if you are interested in the Relevant annual print edition, it's thick. It's 224 pages. It's on premium paper. It is a premium print product that is meant for your coffee table, and it's meant for the year. It's our best long form content from the year. It's all of our A-list conversations and think pieces. It's all the best of Relevant for your coffee table and a premium experience. And it's available right now for 20% off. If you go pre-order it at relevancestore.com, go check it out. Oh, and also while you're there, you might notice there's a lot of merch. There's a lot of really cool like statement tees. There is a podcast fan section. There's our faces on some pillows. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff. Go check out the all new relevancestore.com. All right, we're moving the show along. Up next, it's Relevant News.
I've been running through this strange life, chasing all them green lights, throwing up the shit for a little bit of sunshine. Hit me with them good vibes, pictures on my phone like everything is so fine. Little bit of sunshine. A little bit of sunshine. A little bit of sunshine.
You're listening to ORU's own One Republic. The song is Sunshine. Hey, before we get into...
Whoa. Hold up. Did you say One Republic went to ORU?
Yeah. Better, man.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me, bro.
It's true.
Hey, y'all don't know this. Now, look. This is where I'm going to show off how the blessings of being around my fellow Caucasian brothers and sisters. Ryan Tedder is my favorite songwriter.
It's hit after hit after hit after hit.
No lie. Ryan Tedder is one of my, he's on my top 5 pop songwriters, period. Hands down.
Is he on your Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, I think so. For sure. I think so. I think he definitely got to be on the Mount Rushmore for sure. Ryan is a beast. I just love his melodies and his songwriting. So I didn't know he went to ORU. That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, ORU turns out beasts. Turned out Jesse Carey, Cameron Strang, Ryan Tedder. I mean, come on.
I was gonna say, I'm waiting on the other ones. But because I was
Dude, when I went,
John Hagee Jr. Thinking of all the televangelist kids that went there.
I went to school with Benny Hinn's grandkids, a Swagger, a grandkid.
Not Benny Hinn's grandkids. It was his kids.
Are you sure?
So he's our parents' age.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm tripping for this, but did y'all see the video of the people at John Hagee Church?
Yes.
Screaming, let's go, Brandon.
Dude, our that we covered it relevant this week.
Oh, y'all covered it? Okay.
It is. It blew up our site. It's crazy how bad that is.
I don't see what the issue is.
What? The dude from the stage is saying, let's go. I'm like, you can, how can you be at a church saying F the president? Not only that, they had Michael Flynn,
who's a disgraced former general. I say disgraced because he's literally indicted for crimes he was later pardoned for. But either way, he was advocating from, and I know Tyler's coming on and he can correct me if I'm wrong on some of these details. I may have a good knowledge that he could be listening in at this very moment. But but Michael Flynn from the pulpit of the same event had said, that it needs to be one nation and have one religion. And it's at the same event, they're yelling, let's go, Brandon. We have a military general literally advocating for a theocracy. It's getting to the point where it's okay, this isn't just, people getting riled up about the infrastructure bill or whatever. This is an advocation for making other religions potentially illegal.
So here's a question. Did this just get out of hand, or is this a John Hagee par for the course type thing?
Let's bring Tyler in and get the details. Okay, it's time for
Relevant News.
Please welcome Relevant Senior Editor Tyler Huckabee to set us straight on what happened at the atrocious thing in Texas.
I stole your thunder. I'm sorry, Tyler.
No, I don't even know. I don't know what he's bringing, but I know that he's an expert in what happened. So
okay.
I was going to bring something else, truth be told, but the door's been kicked open and we did cover it, so we can get into it. Should we get into the Let's Go Brandon fiasco?
Go for it. Let's go, Tyler.
So let's give a little context. Jesse, you were correct on the broad strokes of what happened, but just to set in a little more with a little more context. Last week, Cornerstone Church, that's a big church, a mega church in San Antonio, that is pastored by John Hagee, I believe, ORU's own John Hagee.
No,
his son
hold on.
His son went to ORU.
Went there at the same time I went there. Okay. And also, full disclosure, my parents' publishing company published a whole lot of John Hagee books. So just FYI.
So that's full disclosure. All cards on the table here.
Yeah.
But so that did happen, and this church hosted this what's called the Reawaken America conference, and this is a traveling conference led by this guy named Clay Clark, who has a podcast called The Thrive Time Show, which you can go listen to that if you want to. I can't say I recommend it, but
John Hagee's church is just the venue. Then it's not.
They were the venue, so they did bring this in. But this wasn't happening.
It wasn't a Sunday morning service. Yeah.
Got you. That's what I was wondering. I was like, this seems like because that's just odd for those things to happen. Okay, good.
So if you go online, you may have seen some of the videos coming out from this, because it was quite an event. This is what was being led. This chant didn't start spontaneously. This was being led from the stage. Here's just a clip of that. Okay, so some of the people who are at this event, just to set a little bit of context here, you got people like Roger Stone, you got Mike Lindell, you got obviously you got the My Pillow guy, you got he's got to be there at all these things.
Real ministry happening.
Yeah, Alex Jones, who was just found to be on the hook for spreading Sandy Hook conspiracies.
Alex Jones was at a Christian event. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's very big in these Christian circles. He I believe even prayed there. Our friend of the pod, Sean Foyt, did the music there. So it was a real who's who of all these.
Or his own Sean Foyt, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. It was a real.
By the way, I just pulled up, and not that this is a digression. The notable alumni. The number of televangelists that have graduated, real quick. Okay, Derek, this is going to shock you. Kenneth Copeland.
What?
Ted Haggard.
From
Ron
ORU?
Luce. Yeah. So Ted Haggard, Ron Luce, Kenneth Copeland, Joel Osteen.
What?
Carlton Pearson. Ryan Tedder. Yeah, so again, they put out their fair televangelists have come out of ORU.
I'm so glad I went to a party state school and not.
So that's probably the most concerning video that came out of this. Although, Jesse, the clip that you mentioned about Michael Flynn calling for only one religion in America, obviously also extremely concerning, because this is a guy who was connected to the highest echelons of the government in the previous administration, and actually 3 previous administrations. He worked for Obama and Bush as well before all this. So he's a very well-known fixture at that level.
And I feel like the theocracy idea has been tried. I think we've tried that, haven't we? And we moved on from that in world history. Yeah. All right. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
And I think we have covered maybe in the past here what Let's Go Brandon really means. And it's kind of a silly origin story, but it's essentially supposed to be a kind of a trolling faux substitute for F Joe Biden. It's supposed to stand in place of that. If you're too polite to say F Joe Biden, then you say Let's Go Brandon, and then that's where this is coming from. Yeah. So this is getting this has really picked up a lot of attention, and some of it people were very, very supportive. Even some Christian pastors expressed their support of this happening in the church for reasons that aren't super clear. Did get some major denunciations as well, and I want to commend people who stepped out, Christian leaders who stepped out to say this is wrong, because I know you can't do that without coming into significant risk of people in your congregations or sometimes even your jobs. So that's really cool. But some of these things are not going away. This far right Christian nationalism thing that we talk about a lot over the past few years, it's continuing to build and in some ways has become more entrenched than ever, as you can see in this clip. It
breeds off of the idea that we are persecuted, right? And so when your people aren't the ones in power,
out of power,
it actually, it strengthens, the movement strengthens. So it's like, I'm not surprised to see this, but Christians, we need to be very aware of what's going on, and in your spheres of influence. Everybody has influence. Be the voice of reason here. That let's hold up the Bible. Let's hold up Jesus's message and compare it to what we're seeing happen. And basically, our faith is being co-opted right now, and taken hostage by this political movement. And we need to stand up against this. This is wrong.
Yeah.
And you guys, my goodness, when we reported this on the site this week, it paid our bills for a little while.
It blew up, and people were kind of Emily. I'm sure you saw some of this too, but people were pretty upset about it. And I do want to just note this really fast. I know it's difficult to talk about this without coming across as being very partisan, like we're attacking Republicans or we're attacking the right or conservatives or something like that. And that's just not the case here. Like in this case, yes, Christian nationalism is very entrenched with the far right movement. This would be extremely concerning on the left, and if it was happening on the left, that's where the focus would be. It doesn't happen to be that way right now. It may be in the future, and hopefully if that ever happens, then I would hope that us and other Christian leaders would be very vocal about how problematic it is there as well. But absolutely. I don't want this to sound like we think all Republicans are stupid for falling for this. That's not what's going on here. Right. We think there's a dangerous movement that is latched on to certain fringes of the conservative party that are very concerning.
Yeah, this wasn't like a political issue for us. This was more of like, this is our faith, like you said, was being co-opted by something. Yeah.
The fact that it was a sanctuary is like, come on.
Sitting in seeing the church pews and people chanting that, it just made me want to cry because it was so disheartening.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's a lot more that we're covering at the site. Make sure when you're doing your daily internet browsing to check out relevantmagazine.com. Also, follow us on all the socials. We are reporting what's happening at the intersection of faith and culture every day. Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, everybody.
Stay tuned. Up next, Vanessa Hudgens joins us. You're listening to Francis Forever. The song is Certified Fool. Francis Forever. A little better than Sammy Sometimes. Francis Forever, Sammy Sometimes. Yeah. Well, today's show is brought to you by Lumo. The Lumo Project. Lumo is a stunning visual Bible project that will help you see the gospel in a compelling new light. Have you ever wondered if the gospel's talked about the big questions we face in life today? Things like addiction, money, depression, doubt? Well, they're all in there. With Lumo, you can experience Jesus' teachings and story in a completely new way. Check out Lumo's free scripture videos by searching the Lumo Project at YouTube. And for other free Lumo resources, including small group studies and more, check out thelumoproject.com. Lumo, L-U-M-O, thelumoproject.com. Well, our guest today is Vanessa Hudgens, and surprise, she's joined also by Joshua Henry. Now, Vanessa is actors who you know from series like High School Musical, Netflix's Princess Switch series, and Joshua has been in numerous Broadway musicals, including a little-known one called Hamilton, maybe. Well, today, their new movie, Tick, Tick, Boom, premieres on Netflix. We spoke with Vanessa and Joshua about what fans can expect from the film and what it was like working together. Here's our conversation with Vanessa Hudgens and Joshua Henry.
Hello. Hi, welcome. I'm Jonathan Larson. I am 29 years old. I work at the Moondance Diner. Check. One sec. Do we take reservations? No, we do not take. We're a diner. I have an original rock musical.
Hey, boy genius.
That I have spent the last 8 years of my life writing.
He's getting out.
First of all, congratulations. I really loved the movie. I wasn't sure what I'd think about it going in because I'm not necessarily a musical guy, but I had a blast with it. And I think you all should be really, really proud of what you did. It was really cool.
That's a big win.
Yeah, it is. And it got me thinking, which I know is part of the point of it, like how hard it can be to retain the joy in creativity when there's a lot of pressure on you and when weird stuff starts getting involved. And as two artists who are involved in the creative industry, I'm wondering if that's been a personal struggle that you all have felt, keeping the joy of artistry and creativity alive, and how you've dealt with that in your lives.
You know, I think one thing that I'm very grateful for and that I realize is one of the most valuable things about keeping that creativity alive is surrounding myself with people who inspire me. And this movie is exactly that, you know, rubbing shoulders with this cast and with Lynn and everyone behind the scenes. It was just so inspiring to be surrounded by a group of creatives that all have such a genuine love and respect for Jonathan Larson.
I think Broadway is such a dream for so many people, and it was for me.
Me too.
And then you get there and you realize, wait, there are struggles here. It's 8 shows a week.
Yeah.
You know, you have to maintain your stamina. You have to be healthy. And so each level of the dream has a struggle, which is different than when I just got to New York before I even had a Broadway show. So I can definitely relate to what it means. And I think we all can, at no matter where you are, of what it means to struggle as an artist.
Why do we play with fire?
What if the workshop happens and nothing changes? What then, Jonathan?
Maybe I'm just wasting my time.
Do you know how many Jonathan Larsons there are? 1.
Why should we blaze a trail?
Whether it's redefining yourself, you know, on Broadway, or as a father, which I am now, of 3 kids, which I didn't see coming out of the gates. And that's got its own challenge. But I think this movie shows you that no matter what area of life you go into, if you have a dream and you have people that can support you in that dream, the struggle is just a stepping stone.
As the movie is obviously very much a portrait of a certain time in New York City, and you capture that time very, very well. But I'm wondering if there is a way, or if you've considered the ways that time, even though it feels like it's from a different era, how that applies to 2021, and not just New York City, but people like me who watch it in Nashville, Tennessee in 2021. What's universal about it?
I mean, there's so many things about this movie that is universal. While it does focus on an artistic group in the 90s in the Lower East Side, the question that it asks is universal. And that's, am I doing what I should be doing with my time? And I feel like that mindfulness is something that is the key to following your destiny, you know? And it's such an important question to ask yourself over and over again. So it's really special to be a part of a project that really forces an audience to do so.
And to ask the question, fear or love,
yeah.
You know, at each moment, you know, am I doing this interview right now out of fear or love? And I'm glad to say it's out of love right now.
Amen.
What does it take to wake up the generation?
It would be a tragedy to give up what you have.
Take off and fly. Fear or love, baby, don't say the answer. Actions speak louder than
that idea of fear, you know, the idea that like time is running out, that can inspire a lot of fear in people. If you think about that too much, you can start to get panicky. How do you choose instead to love? Like what can bring you to that side of it if you're wrestling with fear in your life?
I think it's a practice. You have to practice seeing love around you.
Yeah.
Noticing, you know, the love. For me, that means waking up in the morning and, you know, even if I've gotten 5 hours of sleep because the baby been up in the morning, or 3 hours, like I get to be a father. I get to practice my art. I get to, at the very basic level, breathe.
Yeah.
And so those are three loving, present thoughts that I've thought before the sun even comes up. So, you know, it's every moment. Or I could think the other. Otherwise, I could think, oh, this sucks. Like, I haven't slept. Like, do I have enough energy? Those thoughts are all choices.
Yeah.
And I think what Jonathan is proposing is that we just examine, you know, and at some points you might be like, this is out of fear.
Yeah.
But the examination, the noticing is what helps you to live a more fulfilled life and, you know, attain whatever dream you're looking for.
they're singing happy birthday. You just want to lay down and cry. Not just another birthday. It's 3090. Why can't you stay 29? Hell, you still feel like you're 22. Turn 30, 19.
That was Vanessa Hudgens and Joshua Henry. Make sure to check out their new film, Tick, Tick, Boom. Premieres on Netflix today. You're listening to Parcells. The song is famous, kind of like Vanessa Hudgens. Well, today's show is also brought to you by BetterHelp. It's 2021, which means it's definitely okay to talk about our mental health and happiness. Humans aren't meant to keep everything inside. It makes us sick, and therapy helps. But what is therapy exactly? It's whatever you want it to be. Maybe you're not feeling motivated right now and would like some tools to help, or maybe you're feeling insecure in relationships or at work. Whatever you need, don't be ashamed of normal human struggles because you deserve to be happy. And now you don't have to worry about finding an in-person therapist near you to help. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can start communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours. Join the millions of people who are seeing what therapy is really about. Right now, Relevant Podcast listeners can get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/relevant. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/relevant. Okay, it's time for your feedback. Last week, we got asking, what was the question? Because all the replies are about food. So we asked the best Thanksgiving dish, right? And then the one that maybe you'd replace. It was kind of a twofold, because half the replies are just saying what they love, and half the replies are saying what they would replace. So maybe that was it. It was a long time ago. I forget what we asked. All right. Well, you guys hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast and other places where we posted the question. Here are some of our favorite replies.
So I felt very validated because I was advocating for the introduction to pizza bagels to every table in America this year. They're delightful and easy to prepare. Zach says, well, absolutely pizza bagels because they are more tasty than turkey. I got a lot of this. I got a lot of validation out there, which felt really good. People felt like I was championing their cause. But then I got stuff like what Bethany says. Stuffing soaked in gravy. I'm prepared to street fight Jesse. Bring it, Bethany. Bring it.
She's going to throw
Derek, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? Do you have one? You have a traditional dish of your family that you look forward to every year?
You know what? It's not one dish. It's a combo of dishes. It's baked mac and cheese with the sweet potatoes, and we ain't putting no doggone pecans. We ain't putting no raisins. We ain't putting no marshmallows.
Right.
None of that. It's just good old sweet candied yams. That's what we doing. You know what I'm saying? So just letting you know, y'all keep your raisins.
The introduction of raisins.
But you mix the two.
Yeah.
Right.
And if somebody know how to make good potato salad, then you got a little potato salad.
I just want to give a little hint to any chefs or bakers out there. If you're preparing something, be like, okay, I think I'll add the raisins. Let me say this. Think again, because everything's better just if you just hold them. Like, hey, chocolate chip raisins.
Oatmeal cookies, though. I mean, without the raisins, it's kind of like just
I'm not eating an oatmeal cookie anyways.
Your mistake was when you started the oatmeal cookie, okay? People like cookies. Why don't bring oatmeal into this, okay? That's a breakfast. That's a health thing.
I'm an oatmeal person. I like oatmeal. Okay. I like oatmeal cookies. I like oatmeal. I'll put raisins in oatmeal for sure.
Oh, yeah. Raisins, brown sugar and raisins.
That's nuts. You know what I'm saying? I'll do that.
No, but here's the thing that they they're little subtle little fruit hints to nasty health stuff, right? They just something to change up the texture of dry oatmeal. And all of a sudden, you got some lunatic deciding they're going to throw raisins in the chocolate chip cookie batch for a little. No, you ruined it. If raisins are coming in the equation, second guess everything right now. That little carrot salad, the carrots, the minced up carrots are just fine by themselves. A little bit of Italian dressing and some diced carrots. Why'd you put raisins in there? Raisins didn't need to be near the carrots. That's all.
I'm with that. I don't understand the people that put raisins in every dish. Like, because we don't need them raisins. The people don't even eat raisins like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I get really frustrated.
Yeah, I've never had a dish and I was like, man, I really wish this had raisins in it. And I don't think anyone would ever say that.
Hold on. Raisin Bran. Without the raisins, you're just eating bran.
Raisin bran without the raisins is different.
I'm not eating raisin bran in the first place.
Okay, but you said I named a dish that is elevated by raisins. So
that's not a dish.
No, that's
it's a bowl.
But that's like what the dish is raisins.
Listen,
so like I'm saying, you have a food and then someone's like, let me add this in. As like
I do Green Chef. I do Green Chef, and I do notice that a lot of their dishes, once you're done with it, they have one of the steps and prep was to crush up some almonds and stuff, and you're supposed to just sprinkle it on top for a little zest, a little crunch. You know what I mean? It's not a main ingredient. So you're saying you wouldn't do that with raisins? You wouldn't. Yeah,
I would not crush up a raisin and sprinkle it on anything.
It's called smush. Smush.
I was gonna say, if you could crush a raisin, that mug was expired 6 years ago. I'll just let you know. If you could crush a raisin,
that box open and those things.
Yeah, 6 years ago. You don't need to eat that.
All right. Are there any more dishes that stood out to you?
There are. I just want to say, sorry. I was just typing up instructions to download a podcast for my elderly neighbor because she's the only one who cares about Raisin Bran these days. Raisin Bran, just take it out of the equation because no one eats that anymore. It's gross.
So Alex Garza replaced turkey with Texas brisket and said not one complaint. I am like, yo, Alex, I think that's an amazing idea. I need to learn how to cook brisket. I'm not a cook.
And the photo that they posted of the slicing of the brisket, it even looks like turkey. It's perfect, but it's way better.
There was one that concerned me, and it's from a doctor. It's Dr. Kim Mass, and she said turkey and gravy, but she didn't say, turkey period gravy. It's turkey and gravy. That makes me think that Dr. Mass is serving some sort of turkey gravy combination, which I don't think I can
think
support.
she's talking about the turkey,
she said turkey
with gravy on top of it.
She said turkey and cranberry. She said turkey and cranberry.
I'm sorry.
Whoa, where do you see that at?
I'm sorry. I botched that. Turkey and cranberry. Let
Dude,
me just
there are
start
pages and pages and pages
turkey.
of
I see
replies.
it. Kim Mass, turkey
There's
and
like
cranberry.
7 pages. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Kim Mass says turkey and cranberry, which makes me think that she's serving it together in one gross, fruity, foul
like a turducken
combination.
Like a turducken, but she's
Someone
cramming the
did say that.
cranberry up in that turkey.
Yeah, it's like, I understand if you like turkey and you like gravy, but turkey and gravy?
You keep going back to gravy, dude. It's cranberry.
Cranberry.
Good Lord.
But here's the thing. You try to duck on
Clark,
Dr.
keep
Kim
all
and
of
God
this.
ain't letting it happen.
Seriously, it's a Freudian empathy for Dr. Mass here.
Yeah.
Because
That's
turkey
funny.
and gravy is amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
That is true. All right. Well, there's a lot of feedback where that came from. If you want to, if you're refining your menu and you need some inspiration of just home run dishes, according to the Relevant Podcast listeners, just go look at our mentions over at the Relevant Podcast Twitter account. There's a lot of favorite dishes over there.
And leave out the raisins.
Yeah, no raisins. Yeah. A raisin-free holiday is what we're advocating for. No chanting about Brandon in churches, and no raisins for Thanksgiving. Those are our 2 stands in this podcast today. And
Those are
that
pretty
Emily
simple
loves
rules.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bold.
Yes, absolutely.
Got it. All right. It's time for this week's
editorial question of the week.
All right. We don't usually double dip on a theme, but Jesse took a bold stand against raisins a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Got us thinking, what are food items that are common and popular by all observation, but you can't think of one dish that should be part of? Like the food item that you just can't stand and should be banished from shelves and just remove it from the food lexicon. Like Jesse wants raisins gone. What's that item for you? Hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast or wherever you see us post the question, and we will read your replies on next week's show. But tell us maybe the why, the trauma story, the origin story behind why you hate that food so much as well.
The trauma story.
I've after a humiliating incident in high school at a fancy dinner with some friends and a girl I was trying to impress, I am very anti-garnish. Story for another day, but it just doesn't belong on plates.
Anti-garnish?
You mean like parsley?
Yes, like stuff that is on the plate for visual reasons.
Parsley. Parsley was in all the dishes growing up, and where is parsley anymore?
Yeah, where's parsley?
I still use parsley.
Supply
you
chain
use
issues.
Parsley? You buy parsley and put a little sprig as a garnish?
I mean, I use it in dish. I don't garnish my meals because it's just for myself. But I use parsley.
It used to be you could go to a mid-level restaurant and order one of those nice burgers. I'm not talking
or even a steak or something. They would put the little parsley,
and they
on
would
the
put
side.
it's basically a branch off a Christmas tree just there on the side. And if you don't know and you're uncultured, you're going to humiliate yourself just gnawing on that thing. It doesn't belong on the plate. Okay. The other thing too is the introduction of just random fruits. If I get a Chipotle meal now, there's still a little orange on the side. Where's these coming from? When do we decide to just toss an orange into the equation?
Yeah.
When you get an orange with your Chipotle bowl?
That's never happened to me.
I get a little side. Maybe it's just with the kids' meals, and I end up with them. But they're these
with the kids' meals. They put a little piece of fruit for the children.
We don't need oranges into the equation. This is burrito place.
What are you talking about? The Happy Meals at McDonald's have apple slices. What are you against getting the kids some vitamins?
You don't want the kids to get fruit?
They can eat fruit in a proper fruit setting, not Chipotle or
all
McDonald's.
the kids in your town are going to have scurvy if you aren't giving them any citrus every once in a while.
I'm with Jesse on this because under no circumstances do I want an orange slice with Mexican food.
Thank you.
I don't want that.
And I don't want McDonald's. And I just don't trust them for produce.
I'm not going to McDonald's for a healthy meal.
Yeah.
Cohen actually said to me the other day, I didn't want a whole lot of food, so I bought a Happy Meal. I just want a burger and a little tiny fries, and it's cheaper to buy Happy Meal, so I bought a Happy Meal and gave it to him. I gave him the extra stuff, and he was eating the apple slices, and he goes, the apple slices at McDonald's are better than normal apple slices. And I didn't have the heart to tell him it's because they're soaked in chemicals to preserve them in those little plastic bags. Yeah. But they do taste better and he likes them. So go eat the apples and chemicals.
Yes.
All right. Well, hit us up. Tell us the food that you want removed and why. Well, before we wrap it up, I want to thank Vanessa Hudgens for joining us today. Crazy. Check out her new movie, Tick, Tick, Boom. It debuts on Netflix today. Also, remember to head over to the Relevant Store, relevantstore.com, to check out our latest merch, our annual print edition. We got sweatshirts for the cool weather. We got podcast swag, everything you want. Just check it out, relevantstore.com. Also, make sure to not miss the fall digital issue of Relevant featuring Jessica Chastain, Need to Breathe, Jennifer Hudson, and so much more. It's available for free right now at relevantmagazine.com. Just click on the magazine tab, and it's presented ad-free by our friends at UHSM. Also, make sure to check out our daily devotional series, Deeper Walk, which is presented by Lumo. There's a morning devotional email you can get every weekday, or you can just check it out in the faith section at relevantmagazine.com. On that note, we'll wrap it. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jessica Gary.
I'm Emily Brown.
I'm Derek Miner.
And we will see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everyone.
For listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
When did we decide to just toss an orange into the equation?
Relevant Podcast Network.